Siege of Antwerp. Location and importance. The Siege of Antwerp took place during World War I in the city of Antwerp, Belgium, which held strategic significance for both the Allies and the Central Powers. Timeline. The siege occurred from September 28 to October 10, 1914, early in the war. Allied retreat. The German advance in the early stages of the war forced the Belgian and British forces to retreat to Antwerp, seeking a defensive stronghold. Strategic positioning. Antwerp, with its network of forts, was considered a vital defensive position, but the rapid German advance placed it under imminent threat. Fortifications of Antwerp. The city was surrounded by a ring of forts designed to resist modern artillery, providing a strong defensive line. German forces. German forces, led by General Alexander von Kluck, initiated the siege with a massive bombardment. Heavy artillery. The Germans brought in heavy siege artillery, including howitzers, to breach the fortifications. Surrender ultimatum. Facing relentless bombardment, the Belgian and British defenders received a surrender ultimatum on October 7, 1914. Destruction of forts. Some of the outer forts were destroyed by the defenders themselves to prevent them from falling into German hands. Refugee crisis. The siege caused a massive refugee crisis as civilians fled the city, adding to the chaos of the war. Fall of Antwerp. Unable to withstand the intense bombardment and facing the prospect of encirclement, Antwerp surrendered to the Germans on October 10, 1914. Impact on Western Front. The fall of Antwerp had strategic implications for the Western Front, as it removed a potential threat to German communications and supply lines. Refugees and displacement. The surrender led to the displacement of Belgian and British military personnel and civilians, contributing to the refugee crisis. Losses and casualties. The siege resulted in significant losses and casualties on both sides, including civilians caught in the crossfire. Occupation of Antwerp. The Germans occupied Antwerp, incorporating it into their strategic plans for the Western Front. Belgian resistance continues. Despite the fall of Antwerp, Belgian resistance persisted, with many soldiers joining the Allied forces on other fronts. Naval evacuation. A significant portion of the Belgian Navy managed to escape the encirclement by relocating to ports in the United Kingdom. Use of fortifications. The Germans incorporated the remaining intact forts around Antwerp into their defensive system, enhancing their positions on the Western Front. War of attrition. The Siege of Antwerp exemplified the evolving nature of World War I into a war of attrition, with fortified positions and heavy artillery playing a crucial role. Strategic consequences. The fall of Antwerp had long-term strategic consequences, influencing the overall course of the war in Western Europe. Warfare innovation. The siege highlighted the need for continuous innovation in warfare tactics and fortifications to counter the destructive power of modern artillery. Legacy in Belgium. The Siege of Antwerp is remembered as a critical event in Belgium's wartime history, with memorials and commemorations honoring those who defended the city. Post-war reconstruction. After the war, Antwerp underwent reconstruction, symbolizing resilience and recovery in the aftermath of conflict. Cultural impact. The siege left a lasting impact on Belgian literature, art, and cultural expressions, with artists and writers reflecting on the trauma of war. International attention. The Siege of Antwerp drew international attention to the plight of Belgium during World War I, contributing to global awareness of the conflict. YouTube description. Explore the dramatic events of the Siege of Antwerp during World War I in this video. From the strategic significance of the city to the intense bombardment and its lasting impact, delve into the complexities of this critical moment in wartime history.